All right. So I was just taking a break from writing copy. Got a bunch of cool things going. A lot of amazing potential out there right now in digital marketing that a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of copywriters, a lot of media buyers are simply not taking advantage of. I was just going through my email. I have multiple emails where I'm just getting spammed with offers, and these are just some of them. And I wanted to go through these just quickly and tell you how you can do better, how you can convert higher, and not fall into the tropes of what is presently happening in direct response marketing. So right now everybody's all about drama. No, no drama. No, no. Drama, agitation, twisting the knife on people's circumstances, stories, emotions. It's old as dirt. It's gonna keep happening in marketing until the end of human time. Not time, human. So what are we seeing in direct response? We're seeing, oh my God, I'm gonna die. A variation of that. Or wow, look at how big my cock is. I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's just go through these really quickly. Oopsies. Right here, oopsies, we are seeing the worst possible thing that can happen in this type of a situation. Now, neuropathy, insulin resistance, blood sugar issues, the circumstances and stories, the circumstances that cause the stories that we tell about them aren't this. I mean, this might be an under the skin fear that a lot of people have. Oh my God, I'm losing control of my life, which is what it's inferring. However, this is not realistic. Now, one of the most important things that you can do with any type of video, including Hollywood movies, is help people suspend their disbelief. When you're advertising, first of all advertising in direct response is looking like this right now. And it's, in my opinion, really sad, really pathetic, because it does not reach to the true core of what it is we're actually dealing with. I've had neuropathy, I have lupus, and it causes all kinds of issues in my life. When I have low blood sugar, I've been in the middle of cities, I've been sitting on the couch when I've had dizzy spells where I feel like I'm gonna lose consciousness. There's a way to tell that story that's a lot more relatable than this. This is simply going for the throat, and it's gonna fall into the category of what people 50 plus are seeing way too much of: saturation. It matters. If you are following the leader, which is what everybody is doing, you're gonna fall most likely into the sea of sameness, even if you get a month to 5 months of somewhat decent profitability. At what cost? You're not building a brand. It's gone. Now what? It churned and burned. That's what happens with these direct response campaigns, because they're not built on truth, authenticity, the story I'm really telling about the problem you're claiming you want to help me solve. Let's go over here. See another one. Mute and So this is interesting because it's actually somewhat, I've not seen it. I have not watched any of these. There's a lot of new cause and inference of the core one thing, right? So that's actually what I would consider to be more authentic. They are taking the time to have a face and voice. Maybe she's just an actress that they gimmicked. I don't know. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. But that is a decent example of hitting new cause. There's a better way to do that, a more transparent way of doing that that has even more impact. And without knowing who she is, if she's a doctor or just an actress, I couldn't tell you if there was a better way to position her. That's what he said. But when you go after new cause, that's always going to, it's the antithesis of what I was just talking about, that everything's the same. All direct response advertising is the same. So when you have that new cause, it is something that grabs people's attention. All right, let's move forward. This one, I've done so much skincare copy in my career. Sold out lines, done tens of millions, I'm sure over 100 million. Don't keep track as well as I should. Now, maybe I have not really read this, but you can see right off the bat that these before and afters is just typical stock direct response. But these before and afters are very touched up, very unrealistic, not real. On Facebook, you can do before and afters if you get approved. You want to get pre-approved, you want to work with a rep and make sure that your account is always on the up and up. An account score over 4.0 on Facebook is going to get you way cheaper CPAs. If you drop below that 4.0 mark, if you get up further, like 4.2, 4.3, you're going to have the ability, again, to get lower and lower CPAs, which helps your ROAS. We're in the business of ROAS, getting more dollars back from every dollar put in. That's the game. And that's what makes it scalable. If you combine branding with that, well, then you're extremely scalable and you have an asset. But these are obviously fake. And those are red flags. Now, I did take a second because I noticed this is a ClickBank product, and I have a few things to say about this. Now, first of all, let's go over to ClickBank. And what are we seeing? A gravity of 3.66. Pitiful. It's not working. They're spending money, blasting us on email. I don't know if they even have the ability to run on cold traffic, but it's not doing well. And I'll tell you something. It's not doing well because it is not suspending people's disbelief. Now, okay, I see NAD, so they're getting to some core one thing in here. Again, if you're going to make big claims, then really ground it down. Even just reading it's totally affordable and will work for anyone. Okay, tell me why. Mechanism. What is it? If you're going to make that type of a claim, that's when you immediately back it up with mechanism. If you do not, you are not helping people suspend their disbelief, which pushes them away, doesn't help them immerse themselves in your copy, in your messaging, in your positioning, in the story you're telling. So don't do that. Who knows if these are even real? Probably not. You know, so much of what is on ClickBank. And here's the thing, guys. I've talked with the peeps at ClickBank, and they're good people. But the system is broken, very broken. There's a compliance standard that you are ushered in with. But then you can immediately swap out what you get compliantly approved with anything you want, and it can be as non-compliant as you want. And they supposedly can't do anything, even though they probably don't want to, because that's what makes ClickBank money. But everything in ClickBank is of this style. You know, like we did right here for the blood sugar, right? The extremely dramatic, cinematic type VSLs, steeped in lies, and really just damaging advertising. And because advertising is so swipe friendly, happy, everybody's following the leader. Nobody is really taking a risk to do something original. And I don't mean just calling your VSL a different name, the interview VSL, the podcast VSL, the engagement VSL, whatever. The video advertising can be virtually anything we want. And there are so many ways to put these things together, hybrids. It doesn't have to be this way. If you are following me on what I'm doing with Backstage VSLs, another label, but what is that? Well, I'm not doing the bottom of the barrel nightmare story shit that is making the rounds. I've already made a video about this. I won't even go into it. Bottom line, make your stories believable. Tell truth. Do the 80%, and you won't have to fall into this tropey nonsense that is just getting that people are calling great advertising. It's not great advertising. I liked this actually when I took just a quick look at it, just a very quick advertorial. I feel like this style is effective. I have had a lot of success with this style. Now these are structure function claims, and when we're dealing with compliance, there's ways to say things compliantly that can make even more of an impact, because again, if you help people suspend their disbelief, they're much more likely to be your customer and much more likely to subscribe, because remember, 50% when you're in supplements, when you're in skincare, is making the sale, getting the initial acquisition, but then you're on a churn. 50% is churn, keeping people happy, taking the supplements, using the products and getting results and helping them get better results so that they see your brand, your product as the symbol for what it solves or satisfies. That's how you build brands. That's how you build 9-figure exits. Oh boy, this one. I'm sorry, but that's just like a cliche and is kind of offensive. And that's all I'm going to say about that. It's absurd. 2 minutes left.
Dad.
Now, what's interesting about there's some, I like the usage of the footage, real or not. But again, I seriously doubt the story is real and is always dramatized. It's just like the telephone game. Hey, I got fired. Ring, ring. Oh my God, Mark got fired. They think that he's stealing. Ring, ring. Oh my God, Mark got fired. He's stealing. He's probably in prison. Things just get more dramatic. We add on to things. That's what copywriters do. They play the telephone game in their own head and add absurd details to the story that, again, do not help people suspend their disbelief. All right, let's check this one.
12 brain.
So what's interesting about this campaign, I'm not going to say the email swipe that I clicked on is saying that it reverses and prevents Alzheimer's. It doesn't. The information, the copy that I just listened to, that we just listened to, is not that bad. But it doesn't cure Alzheimer's. First of all, that's the worst kind of a claim that you can make in a business, in a health business, supplement business. It's going to put you out of business. Even if you have the Holy Grail, I drink out of it and I will have everlasting health and life, can't say it. You have to be real, and you have to help me suspend my disbelief so that I can feel that authenticity. Look at this one. Deceptive website warning. That's what you want prospects to see. Let's, how do you get in? Show details. Doesn't look like I even have the option of getting in. I like this landing page, little Brunson style teasers, what's in it. Why most liver health supplements don't work, new cause. That's, again, new cause, the other side of the coin of mechanism. Same coin, different side. Why things didn't work, why this does. So that is a strong inference that gets heuristically, that gets people's attention because they've already tried everything. So that is going to grab their attention. Lots of ways to say that. Because it's a doctor, people over 50 are much more likely to believe it. So if he says that it's saving his patients' lives and it's inferring mechanism, right below the new cause, has the ability to be quite effective. Let me see. So I like this. Great positioning of the doctor. I love liver information. I think that more people need it. I see some good stuff here. A lot of things I would do differently, but that's pretty much every copywriter ever, right? The liver, it's the heart and soul of ketosis, producing ketones, of helping metabolize fats and sugars. It really is ground zero if you want to lose weight, overcome insulin resistance. It's associated with the gut and leptin resistance, satiety hormones. So there's a lot that is in play when you're talking about the liver and the way that you can position the liver and all the things that the liver does in the body. So good on them. Last one. I'm going to say something. Stop making your discovery stories out of some obscure third world country village, boony in the middle of nowhere secret. It has been done so many times. Again, we're here to help people suspend their disbeliefs. They did some good stuff here, and then they shot themselves in the foot. This is the kind of thing that can be scalable, but most likely will be very fleeting in terms of having any longevity or legs that stands the test of time. It will not. Stop associating with, the freaking Aborigines in Australia and the Kakadu plum. Don't. There are so many more effective ways to position, to enter the conversation and hit that high water mark and then get people's belief in their ability to help them suspend their disbelief. So that's what I got to say on the matter today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, obviously, let me know.